Hey, good afternoon everyone, Tractorman 44 here. Hey man, it's a rainy day. We got something different to work on. Normally I work on things that are just a little bit bigger than this guy here, but this happens to be the Mrs.'s Cub Cadet. It's a 32 horse, power steering, hydraulic deck and everything, you know. It's really a pretty good machine. I've had it since 2004, so this is its 20th year, and it's had a few issues, you know, that we've managed to take care of over the years, all with great success. And as a matter of fact, we're getting ready to work on a problem right now that just developed the last time she was cutting the grass. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Cub Cadet really kind of has you in mind whenever you're doing service work on it, because you just do nothing more than pull this spring-loaded pin on this side right here, which drops it out of that hole in the back end of that yellow bracket lifting arm, and there's another one just exactly like it on the other side. Okay, and this happens to be a power takeoff unit too. So you see the power takeoff is actually disconnected right there. That too is very simple. Right up here in front, you just literally pull this spring-loaded device down, and what that does, that unlocks these little notches right here. Those notches right there house the mounting part that allows the mower to be attached to the front of the tractor. Once you have that guy drop loose, you can use this as a handle to actually push the mower deck backwards to disconnect the power takeoff shaft, and it literally falls down. Then this guy here slides out of those slots, and now the mower deck is ready to slide out of the left side or the right side of the tractor, just that quick. So it literally takes 3 minutes to have this thing drop loose and ready to slide right out. No belts to contend with or anything of that nature. Once you wiggle the tractor back and forth a little bit, you can ferret this guy out from underneath it just by dragging it sideways. Fairly simple. You can see the power takeoff right here, disconnected of course. But now we have to take a little tension off of the idler. This one here is in good shape. This one here is in not such good shape. Idler pulleys on these are seldom. Sometimes they are greasable, but this particular one is not greasable at all. So we're going to come up with a way to repair that. I can run it down and get a replacement idler from my buddy, but we might be able to have a different option. That's a little rusted up right there. I couldn't hardly get it to move. But yeah, just go ahead and take this guy off. Yeah, these blades are about gone. I've sharpened, got the goodie out of them. They're time for a new pair. But anyway, if you take a look right underneath this deck, see that 3/8 plate? It's about a 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 or 3/8 plate with one bolt right up through the center of it. That, believe it or not, is the actual mounting for that idler pulley. When this mower deck was brand new, within the first year, I had to take this thing off the tractor and then put that plate on there, because the tension of the belt was literally making that pulley flex the mower deck, and it was already showing signs of stress fracture. And so I went ahead and put that plate on there, and it was eating up belts right and left. And so once I put that plate on there to take the flex out of that and to hold that idler pulley true, I've never had an issue since, until now. Now that it's ready to come apart, it just takes a couple of twists with a pair of 9/16. I don't remember if I welded this bolt into there or not. There we go. And here's the culprit right here. That's warped completely out in there. However, take a look, there's a 3/8 bore. The replacement one I got is actually a heavier duty bearing, but it's got a 1/2 inch bore. So I got to come up with a 1/2 inch by 3/8 bushing in order to remount it just exactly the way it was. So let's go look. We'll be back in a little bit. The only new old stock idler I have has the wrong bore. It's the correct diameter for the mower, but it's the wrong bore. This is a metric. It actually measures like 0.516, so a little over 1/2 inch, but less than 9/16. So what I did, I chucked up a 5/8 diameter bolt, cut the head off of it, and turned this down to match the diameter of that bore, and now we're just merely drilling a 3/8 hole right down in the center of it. For obvious reasons, you can see this is very difficult. I got to turn the tailstock on the other side of the tripod. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish this up, and we'll come back and look at it. So here we are, guys. About 30 minutes on the lathe and just an old 5/8 bolt. And we're ready to put it right back in on the mower deck. Just done as good as can be. So even though it took 30 minutes in labor, that's a lot quicker than taking the missus and making a trip into town to try to get a replacement idler or whatever. That's a 3-hour round trip no matter what. So you know what? This thing's going back on. Next time you see the machine, maybe the missus will be cutting grass. So that's about all there is to this one here. And this Tractor Man 44. I'm out of here, guys.